Hello students, today we are going to discuss about next topic of this chapter, and that is sex determination. So first of all, let me discuss about what is a sex determination and what are the autosomes and sex chromosomes. Okay, sex chromosomes are also called as the allosomes. So the chromosome that are involved in the sex determination and which are responsible for the sex determination, and such a chromosomes are called as the sex chromosomes or allosomes. Here you can see, you know very well, human have 23 pair of a chromosome, right? So this is a pair 1, 2, 3 up to 23. But here this is, you can see, this is the box, okay, and in which you can see X and Y chromosomes are there. Okay, so 23rd pair, okay, this all is having a autosome chromosome, but is this one, this last pair of these chromosomes having a sex chromosomes or allosomes. Okay, and that is, you can see here, X and Y. So this is responsible for the sex determination, and that's why they are considered the sex chromosome or allosome. They include X and Y in case of a male, okay, in a human male, okay, and in several other examples also we'll learn in detail. So autosomes are chromosomes other than the sex chromosomes. You can see here total 23 pair of a chromosome is there. Out of this 23 pair of a chromosome, only one pair is responsible for sex determination, and that is called sex chromosome or allosome. Rest of the 22 pair, here you can see, all are considered as autosomes. Okay, and that all not possible, and that is not possibly, you can see here, these all are not responsible for determination of a sex. Okay, and that's why they are called autosomes. So autosomes are chromosomes other than the sex chromosomes. Number of autosomes is the same in a male and female. You can get the idea because all chromosome will be present in male and female equally. Okay, but this is the difference. In a human male there is a X and Y, and human female there will be XX. Okay, so here you should notice number of autosomes in the same, okay, is same in male and female. Autosome number will be same. Okay, and this is studied, you can see, Hanking, one scientist in 1891, had studied spermatogenesis in some insects. Okay, we are talking here about all type of organism. So Hanking in 1891 had studied spermatogenesis in some insects and observed that 50% of sperm received a nuclear structure after spermatogenesis. Okay, 50%, and other 50% sperm did not receive it. Okay, this was observed by the Hanking in 1891. And Hanking, such a component which is, you can see here, Hanking called this structure as a X body. Okay, the name X body was given by Hanking. You must be notice this. Okay, and nowadays we are calling it as a X chromosome. Okay, so let me repeat what had done by the Hanking. Hanking had studied spermatogenesis in some insects and observed that 50% of sperm receive a nuclear structure after spermatogenesis, and other 50% did not receive any kind of this kind of structures, nuclear structure. Okay, and such a structure which is received is called X bodies by Hanking. Okay, nowadays we are calling it that as a X chromosomes. Okay, so Hanking was the first scientist. Now here you can see sex determination can be of three kinds. Okay, sex determination can be of three kinds. Organism to organism it is different. So mechanism of a sex determination of a three kind. Here you can see XX, X0 mechanism. You can observe it in the grasshopper. Okay, then XXXY in the Drosophila and humor. You can observe this type of mechanism. Then ZZ and ZW. Here, sex chromosome is indicated as a Z, Z and ZW. Okay, in case of a birds. So these all three system or a determination mechanism we will learn in detail in next slides. So first of all, let me start with the XX-X0 mechanism. So here, male is a heterogametic. That means X0. That means gametes with X and gametes without X. Okay, one gamete will have X and one gamete will without the X. So without the X will have 0. Okay, female is a homogametic. That means XX. All gametes are with having a X chromosome. So here you can see many insects show such a type of sex mechanism. Okay, so many insects such as a grasshopper show this kind of a mechanism. So here 22 will have autosomal chromosome, right? And one here in case of a male, this symbol is for the male. So male, he will have 22 autosomal chromosome, and the sexual chromosome will have X0. Okay, and here female, in case of a female, autosomal is similar to the male. Okay, but here sex chromosome will have XX, 2X will be present. Okay, that's why here if gamete is formed, then all the gametes will have X chromosome. But here if gamete is formed, half gamete will have X, but half gamete do not have X, like that. So let me discuss more. So here you can see this is the male, this is the autosomal chromosome, and this one is the sex chromosome. So male will have autosomal 22 and this one X0, that means here you can see X and 0, that means this is the sex chromosome in case of a male. So if this male produce sperm cell, then you can understand A plus X and A plus 0. Means half sperm cell he'll have A plus X, means X chromosome will be there, and half will have 0, means do not have any kind of sex chromosome. Half will have sex chromosome, half do not have sex chromosome. Whereas here in this case, in case of a female, you can see all the ova having similar kind, A plus X, A plus X. Okay, and if you do the Punnett square analysis, then you can get the idea. If A plus X is mate with this one, okay, it is result in the female. Okay, this one also result in the female, and this one now result into AA plus X0, that will result into male. So 50-50% chance. Okay, 1:1 ratio you will observe, means female and male both having 50-50% of chance in case of a grasshopper. Okay, so this is the case of a grasshopper. Next, let me discuss about XXXY mechanism. What is the XX and XY mechanism? So here, male is a heterogametic. Okay, means male here will have X and Y chromosome, and female is a homogametic. That means both X will be present. Okay, so such as the case in the, you can observe this kind of phenomena or mechanism you can observe in the human, okay, and in the Drosophila. So here you can see a chromosome of a human, X and Y chromosome. Okay, male here you can see, okay, male chromosomes X and Y, and that is sex chromosome. And in case of a female, here you can see XX chromosome will be present. And in case of a Drosophila also similar case is there. So here also XY in case of a male and XX in case of a female. So here male is a heterogametic, that means it possesses X and Y, and female is a homogametic, that means all female will have X only. An example you should remember, human and the Drosophila. And here you can get the idea. If female having AA plus XX, this AA indicate the autosomal chromosome and XX indicates sex chromosome, right? So if it form the gamete, then two type of gamete, all two type is similar. You can see if gamete is formed, okay, half female chromosome occur, then both will be having similar kind of a chromosome, A plus X, A plus X. So here both the gamete will be similar. But here in case of a male, because of presence of X and Y, okay, this is the heterogametic. That's why what happened, AA, so it will divide into AA, and X, one will get X and one will get Y. And if you do Punnett square analysis, you can get the idea, half number of female and half number of male. This means 50-50% chances of offspring. That is all depend on the gamete formation on the male, because male is a heterogametic. Okay, so here you should notice that any type of sex determination is depend on heterogametic organism. Okay, so heterogametic organism, that is a male. So here sex determination is dependent on the male. Okay, not on the female, because female is the having a homozygosity. So female have only produced one type of gametes. So this is not result into the any kind of responsible, these gametes are not responsible for this kind of sex determination. But here it is all depend on this kind of gamete. So which type of gamete is fertilizing this type of egg cell is depend on this male gamete. Okay, so male is sole responsible for the sex determination here, because male itself is a heterogametic in this case. Okay, next here you can see mechanism ZZ and ZW mechanism. So this type of mechanism you can observe in the birds. Okay, so here you can see this is the male, and here the case is the inverted case. Okay, reverse case you can see here. Male is a homozygous here. Okay, in case of a human, male was a heterozygous or a heterogametic, and here female is a heterogametic and male is a homogametic. So here in this case, in case of a birds, heterogametic female will be responsible for sex determination. Okay, so it is not matter whether it is female or a male, it is all depend on heterogametic or a homogametic. If homogametic, it is not responsible for sex determination, and if it is heterogametic, then only it is responsible for sex determination. So heterogametic organism will decide the sex of a organism. Okay, that is the thumb rule. So male here is a homogametic, that's why it is not responsible for sex determination in case of a birds. So here male is a homogametic and it will be indicated as a ZZ, and female is a heterogametic, so it will indicate it as a ZW. So here you can understand, here female is a heterogametic, and that's why it is responsible for sex determination. So now let me discuss in detail a sex determination in humans, and this may be asked in exam in 4 to 5 marks. Okay, so here you know very well, human have a XXXY type of mechanism, right? So here what happened, a male having XY sex chromosomes and female will have XX chromosome, right? Suppose here is the father. Father will have XY chromosome and mother will have XX chromosome. And if you do Punnett analysis, or you can see the check. Okay, so here you can see daughter XX chromosome, XY is responsible for son, then XX is the daughter and XY is the son. So male or a female always depend on the Y which is received from the father, or X which is received from the father. Okay, because female is, you can see here, mother is producing same kind of gamete. So it is all depend on the father's sperms which is having X or a Y. So if it is fertilize this eggs, then it will responsible, this eggs containing sperm cell is fertilize this egg cell, then is responsible organism, here you can see resultant organism will be daughter or a female. Okay, and if Y is fertilize this egg cell, okay, eggs containing egg cell, then what is the result? Son will be the resulting offspring. So this is all depend on the father's combinations. Okay, so here you can see gamete 44 in case of a male. Okay, so this is the case of a male, of a human. Okay, so you know very well 22 pair of autosomal chromosome is there, and that's why here written 44A. Okay, and XY is the 23rd pair. So if here gamete formation occur, then you can see here 22A plus X and 22A plus Y. Two type of gamete will be formed. Okay, and here only one kind of gamete will be formed in case of a female. And if combination occur, there is a two chances, means 50-50% chances of a male and female. Okay, so this is the case of a human. Okay, so sex determination will be occur in this way in case of a human, because here XXXY type of mechanism is there. Human has a 23 pair of a chromosome, and out of these 23, one pair will be sex chromosome, that is the last pair, 23rd pair. Okay, and 22 pair will be autosomes. A pair of X chromosome, that is the XX, and it will represent the female. Okay, and XY chromosome, XY is represent the male in here in this case. During spermatogenesis, male will produce two type of gamete. Okay, two type of gamete you can see here, two X and X containing gamete and Y containing gamete. 50% with X chromosome and 50% with the Y chromosome. Okay, so female will produce only one type of ovum, and that is X containing chromosome, X chromosome containing ovum. Okay, so all ovum which is produced by the female will have X chromosome, whereas here sperm which is produced by the male having 50% chance of X chromosome and 50% chance of Y chromosome, like that. Okay, so let me discuss about the sex determination in honeybee. So here case is a different. Okay, suppose this is the queen having the diploid structure, and here drone having haploid structure. This is the found very unique feature which is found in the case of insects. Okay, so queen or a female will be diploid having a pair of a chromosome, and here not found a pair of a chromosome, only single of a chromosome will be present. Okay, so haploid, here haploid is there and here diploid is there. You know very well what is a diploid and here what is the haploid. Okay, so here you can see queen will produce after meiosis, it will produce the gametes. Okay, then drone also produce the gamete, but it is not by meiosis. Okay, you can get the idea, because here meiosis is not possible because drone itself is a haploid, right? So here queen whatever diploid, it is diploid, and that's why during gamete formation it will produce two type of gamete. Okay, and here half will be half is already there, and that's why here meiosis will not occur. So let me discuss in this case. Okay, so female having 32 chromosomes, Male will have 16 chromosome already. So here by using mitosis only gamete will be formed, because meiosis is not possible because already haploid is there. Okay, so the 16 only 16 will be there, and here in case of a female meiosis occur, and as a result of that gamete will have 16. Okay, and here you should notice very unique thing here happen. And if these 16 chromosome containing egg fertilize with this male sperm cell, then what happen, 32 chromosome will be there. Okay, so if 32 chromosome is there, then it will be act as a female. Okay, and in this case you can see parthenogenesis will occur. That means these egg cell do not fertilize by any kind of male sperm. Okay, and further it will develop as a haploid. So these egg cell may be developed as a haploid, and if it is developed as a haploid, then it will have just a 16 chromosome. Okay, and this is the haploid condition. In haploid condition it will be male. So this is the case in case of a honeybee. It is based on the number of sets of a chromosome and individual races. So fertilized egg develop as a female. Okay, if egg is fertilized, then only it will develop as a female, queen or a worker. Okay, and if unfertilized egg develop as a male, and that is a drone, you know very well, you have learned about this queen, worker and drone. It is called parthenogenesis. So here unfertilized egg will develop into male, and such a phenomena is called parthenogenesis, and this is unique characteristic of honeybee. Okay, so by this way sex determination will occur in case of a honeybee. So therefore the females are diploid, 32 chromosome will be there, and males are haploid, only having 16 chromosome, and this is called a haplodiploidic sex. Okay, so you must be remember this is called haplodiploidic sex determination system. So this is unique system. So let me repeat why it is called haplodiploidic sex determination system, because here female is a diploid and male is a haploid, and that's why haplodiploidic sex determination. What it indicate? If haploid structure is that, it will develop as a male. Okay, and if it is diploid, then it will develop as a female. So here considerable phenomena is to be haploid or a diploid. So if organism is a haploid, then it will be developed as a male, and if it is diploid, it will develop as a female. So here sex determination is occur with the help of whether the sets of chromosome is haploid or a diploid. In this system, the males produce sperms by mitosis. You must be very clear. Why here mitosis? By using mitosis only male produce sperm cell, because male itself is having a haploid number of chromosome. And you know very well, if haploid is already there, then there is no chance of a meiosis. Okay, that's why here male will produce a sperm cell by using mitosis. They do not have father, and thus cannot have sons. You can understand. Okay, they do not have father and thus cannot have sons. So just try to understand this sentence, why this is written. Okay, they do not have father, thus cannot have sons, but have grandfather and have a grandsons. This is very important lines. Okay, just try to find out what is indicating this one. Okay, they do not have father and thus cannot have sons, but they have grandfather and can have grandsons. So sometimes this may be asked as a board exam question. Explain this sentence. Okay, so try to explain this in the homework. So this is your homework for today's lecture, and before we finish this lecture, let me summarize whole topic by using one animation video. So look at this video.
People are usually eager to know the sex of their unborn child. Today, advancements in genetics have made it possible to determine the sex of an unborn child, though the practice is illegal in many countries, including India. However, determining the sex of an unborn child wasn't easy in earlier times, and the mechanism of sex determination puzzled geneticists for a long time. Early research in the field of genetics was carried out using insects. In fact, the development of the chromosomal theory of sex determination took place through cytological studies carried out on insects. Today, sex determination in human beings and several other animals is done with the help of specific chromosomes. These sex-determining chromosomes are called sex chromosomes, while the rest of the chromosomes are called autosomes. For example, human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Of these, just one pair is the sex chromosome, while the remaining 22 pairs are autosomes. The very first indication that sex chromosomes were different from autosomes came from the experiments conducted by German biologist Hermann Henking in 1891. Henking noticed a specific nuclear structure in a few insects during spermatogenesis. However, he also noticed that only 50% of the sperms received this structure. Henking named this structure the X-body. However, he couldn't explain the significance of this structure. Further research by several other scientists led to the conclusion that the structure was actually a chromosome, and they named it the X chromosome. Let's now take a look at a few sex determination systems, which are actually biological systems that help determine the development of sexual characteristics in an organism. In human beings and several other mammals and insects, the sex determination system is of the XXXY type. Human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Of these, the 22 autosomes are identical in both females and males, while the sex chromosomes are different. The sex chromosomes in females are a pair of X chromosomes, while those in males are an X chromosome and a Y chromosome. In other words, the ovum produced in females contains only X chromosome, while in males, two types of gametes, X and Y, are produced during the process of spermatogenesis. Of the total sperms produced during spermatogenesis, 50% carry X chromosomes, while the remaining 50% carry Y chromosomes. And there is an equal probability of fertilization of an ovum with a sperm carrying either of the chromosomes. So, when an ovum carrying the X chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the X chromosome, the resultant XX zygote develops into a female offspring. On the other hand, when an ovum carrying the X chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the Y chromosome, the resultant XY zygote develops into a male offspring. Therefore, it is obvious that the sex of the offspring is determined by the genetic makeup of the sperm. Moreover, it is quite evident that the probability of a pregnant woman delivering either a male or a female offspring is always 50%. Another mechanism of sex determination is the XXXO type, which is applicable to several insects such as grasshoppers, cockroaches, and bugs. In this type of sex determination, females have two identical homologous sex chromosomes designated as XX, while the males have just one sex chromosome designated as XO. Here, the O denotes the absence of a second sex chromosome. Now, when an ovum carrying the X chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the X chromosome, the resultant XX zygote develops into a female offspring. Conversely, when an ovum carrying the X chromosome unites with a sperm carrying no chromosome, the resultant XO zygote develops into a male offspring. Therefore, we have seen that in both the XXXY and the XXXO mechanism of sex determination, it is the genetic makeup of the sperm that determines the sex of the offspring. Such a system of sex determination is known as male heterogamety. However, there are also several organisms in which the mechanism of sex determination is female heterogamety. That is, two different types of gametes pertaining to the sex chromosome are produced by the female. An example of such a sex determination system is the ZWZZ type, and it occurs in birds, reptiles, fish, and some insects like butterflies and moths. In this type of sex determination, females have two different types of sex chromosomes designated as ZW, apart from the autosomes. Males, on the other hand, have identical sex chromosomes designated as ZZ, apart from the autosomes. Now, if an ovum carrying a Z chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the Z chromosome, then a ZZ zygote is formed and it develops into a male offspring. However, if an ovum carrying a W chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the Z chromosome, a ZW zygote is formed and it develops into a female offspring. Another example of female heterogamety is the ZOZZ type of sex determination seen in some butterflies and moths. In this type of sex determination, females have only one sex chromosome designated as ZO. Here, the O denotes the absence of a second sex chromosome. Males, on the other hand, have two identical sex chromosomes designated as ZZ. Therefore, if an ovum carrying the Z chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the Z chromosome, the resultant ZZ zygote develops into a male offspring. However, if an ovum containing no chromosome unites with a sperm carrying the Z chromosome, the resultant ZO zygote develops into a female offspring. Thus, as soon as the zygote is formed, the sex of an organism gets fixed, and it can be determined by analyzing the composition of the zygote.